Hi, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching for the ES and NQ trade review for August 29th, 2013. Um, Quick disclaimers, this is for educational purposes only. Nothing in the blog, the tweets, or in this video should be considered a trading recommendation. Trading futures is a risky endeavor and you can lose your entire investment. Please consult an investment professional before deciding whether or not futures trading is right for you. So there we go. I sound like an advertisement. Cool. So let's talk about today a little bit. So we came in this morning, and the most notable thing I saw was the flush. When we came in this morning, we had Globex high right in here at 1638.75, and right about the time I started my pre-morning kind of trade review prior to the day for my coaching clients, we were trading up there in 1638.75, and by the time I got done with that, we were trading down at 1627 3/4. And man, what a jacking that was. Whoever the invisible hand is that moves these markets around, I mean, what a beautiful head fake. You would have thought this thing was going to come just flushing down. But I mentioned in my my pre-market trade review that if we opened above this 1624 3/4 to 1626 3/4, that I would be very cautious with shorting in that hole. And the reason for that was the prior day and the prior overnight session, we were unable to get below those lows. Let's see, it's Thursday, so Tuesday and Wednesday we were unable to get below those lows. And so there's someone, I don't know who it is, don't even care, but someone's protecting that level pretty hard. And so I don't need to know why or how they're protecting it, but I do know that they're protecting it. So I got to tell you, when we got up to 1630 3/4, 1631 area, I really did think that was a good area to put on a short for a rotation lower. And boy, was I wrong. The buying was very strong out of the gate. I don't know why. But it was, and it doesn't really matter why. So one of the things I want to address is two things. People are really fearful about taking trades at the appropriate level, whatever level that is, whichever methodology you use for coming up with your trades. You have to find a place, a reason, and a time. For example, if someone's sole methodology was, well, I short gap fill, that works quite a bit. Gap fill at a zone, that works for me really well too. It didn't work today. And so what people are working so hard is to find a place where they get the perfect trade. And it kills so many traders. You don't even need it, quite frankly. What you do need is a regular pattern that you can trade day in, day out, where you can identify that pattern, you can execute that pattern, and that it's actually a true edge for you, whatever that is. And for me, it's these zones. The zones by themselves, if nothing else, is the edge. Okay, so at any rate, when I came into the trade, obviously, it took all of less than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes from the time I entered to get stopped. And what happens to a lot of traders when you get stopped that fast, it feels like you were robbed or killed, or you were somehow wronged. And the immediate reaction is, well, I need another trade. Well, what I've taught myself is, instead of trying to grab another trade, is to slow way down. If your first trade fails, okay, slow way down, because usually for those of you who've buried yourself in your trading before, that's the first step to just spinning down and having a huge down day. But 4 points for me is not a big down day. It's in my trade plan. I'm totally cool with it, and I consider it a cost of doing business. If I go in and I get stopped, it's simply a cost of doing business. There's no need to turn around and try to any kind of panic or rush to get it back. So the next thing I notice is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up bars straight up, and at the same time, and we'll look at NQ in a second, NQ has already surpassed its Wednesday's highs. So I know we're pushing here, and I see that we're pausing here, okay? If you took this trade from the middle, but my instinct was just to kind of wait this out. Normally I love a short at the white zone, but my instinct, and I tweeted this out, I'm just going to be very patient here because I didn't understand why we're getting these open drives up, but I do know that for several times in the past 2 weeks we've had these linear drives both up and down in the morning, only to be followed by linear drives down in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to wait for something, and usually I want that something to be tick divergence, a really nice extension. And if you look right here from the lows, which are approximately 1628, all the way up to 1644. So that's 1628, 1638, 1644. That's 12 points. It's a pretty damn good extension. Okay, but even then I wanted something more, and I was watching very carefully. And again, we were consolidating in this zone just like we did down here. But when we got to the back of this zone, we had beautiful tick divergences. We were setting new highs up here. And right here, when we tried to break and it failed, that right there was my clue, along with the tick divergence, along with the zone and initial resistance, right, that I had a great place to put on a trade. And I did just that. I was able from the back of the zone to garner two very quick points. And I took half the trade, and my idea here was that initial resistance that I can usually get a trailer on. Now, there's multiple ways of executing this and multiple strategies you can use for stops. For me, I just took 2. I left the original stop in, and then as we trailed down this first time into the white zone, I have a couple of setups, and I'm not that keen on taking longs after we've gotten to initial resistance without going into too much detail. So I wasn't looking to take long. I did scale out of a portion of my position right here against the 1637 area. And I decided I was going to bring the stop on the balance to break even. I still had a quarter of this trade left. I took a half at 2, a quarter back here at the 1637 area. And my idea was to see if we could get linear in the afternoon and maybe even get down to Globex lows. Now, that didn't happen. I did get as much as a 9-point extension lower, and I ended up with a 7-point trade on my hands. So that is that's an excellent trade. I didn't rush to get into it. I had 2 trades. I ended up positive half a point on the day. Okay, and so net, is that a big deal? No, but if you look, Monday positive, Tuesday positive, Wednesday positive, Thursday barely positive, but I didn't work for free, and I didn't give back any of the profits I had from prior sessions. Very, very important to me. I'm set up to have a great day tomorrow, or I'm set up to take the day off, and I haven't decided yet whether I'm trading tomorrow or not. I will have the zones up. So also I want to take a quick look here, if we can, at NQ. Let's see if we can pull up the NQ chart here, because here's one of the reasons I like trading them both. And obviously I don't call out my NQ charts. First of all, it moves as fast as lightning, but man, look at this move right into the gap fill and the RTH session. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at this. Bam, even with the trailer right past Wednesday's high. This is a move from this open right here from 3065 straight up to 3107. That's a 40-point move. I mean, that is just awesome. And for whoever caught it, congratulations. That was a great, great trade. And, again, if you try to take the short here at Wednesday's high, that's fine. You just had to know that you needed to stop behind here. Again, the way this thing came rocket shipping out, after the first 5 minutes, I don't know that I've been so crazy about taking this short. And you can compare it to other opens where they have such a strong open drive, and I don't think they were. Truly, the majority of the day was boring as hell. We got a good extension here. You can see we had failure right about the same time we had failure in ES right here into this zone, and it gave you a very nice trade setup. So that's what I have for tonight. I guess if I have one message in terms of helping traders out, that one message would be to keep focused on your trade plan and not on whether any one particular trade is working or not. And you'll be amazed at what the outcome is on the backside. Keep spreadsheets, keep accurate details of your trades, both the ones you enter and you don't enter. And trading successfully and consistently can be attained by anybody, and in almost any market. Okay, every market has its little keys and clues. ES is a little different from NQ. NQ is clearly different than CL. TF trades a little bit differently as well. But if you have the keys to the market and you understand its rhythms, there's a tremendous amount of money to be made, and you can do so consistently. And you don't have to make $1 bajillion to do it. All I need is 1 or 2 good trades for 1 or 2 points a day, and I can build my entire trading account off of that. So I'll leave you with that as something to consider. Again, my name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. I have no clue as to what we're going to look like in the morning. I want to see what the overnight action looks like when I come in, and hopefully there is something there for me to take from the market, and we'll get a good setup. It'll be interesting to see if we come in above or below that the levels from last night, the 25 area. Let's see, where are we? Right here, the 1625. I know that that's going to be a key area overnight. Again, I would look to see if we open below Wednesday's lows and Thursday's lows in this area. Wow, I would really look for a retest into this area for a trading opportunity. That's if we get in there. The other thing is I would just have this whole area marked on my chart right now. The 1624 up to 1628, this whole area is going to be very interesting. And if it gets breached, it'll open up some more downside, and if it holds, it'll be important too. So it's a key pivotal area right here, and we'll have some more clues in the morning. At any rate, that's what I got. My name is Simon, Trade and Perform Coaching. Please, if you're losing money, go get help. Slow down, learn what you're doing. There's no need to blow up your trading account. This can be done profitably on a regular basis, and it's just really painful to see people lose tens of thousands of dollars when it's not necessary. So hope everyone had a great day and you put a lot of money in your pocket. You'll have a good night.